Come back this time next week to see my adventure in Hakodate. You'll see regional rail, streetcars, tramways, and escalators. All that and more coming soon.
The elevator's not working. Spoke too soon. It's motion activated to save energy? I was about to make a sassy remark about how their broken escalator is just like the ones at home, because ours at home are always broken, but just motion act, that's amazing. Now we're gonna take our second train of the day. Just entered the regular train gates. It's gonna be probably platform 1. That would make the most sense. We are way out in the mountains, and it is a gorgeous, gorgeous station. It's beautiful. I think this one here is my train, but there's also a blinking light for this one, 746, 747. It's not showing up on the camera because one of those dot displays, and cameras just can't with those, I guess. But not 100% sure what's going on, but sure, it looks like it'll take me where I want to go. Oh, look at this little guy. It's just one. Oh, that's fantastic. And there he goes. Now, this is a very cool thing. It's cold out, so you just press the button, open the door, and then you press it again to close it. Very good.
This is the second of 2 videos about my day trip to Hokkaido in February of 2024. I wanted to make sure I visited each of the 3 main islands on my trip to Japan, a solo travel journey primarily dedicated to riding trains. So I figured the best way to spend my final day in Japan was riding the Shinkansen to the current northern terminus of Shin-Hakodate Hokuto to make it to Hokkaido. The site chosen for the Shinkansen station is very far away from the actual city of Hakodate, and there's not much to do there. So I decided it would be interesting to take a regional train out to Hakodate and explore the area on transit and on foot. In the major cities I visited, I explored many of the famous and iconic places, but I also wanted to make sure that I saw more normal places and things in Japan. I found that going to places without any real plan, agenda, or even an idea of what to expect led me to experience more peace and calm than I might have otherwise been able to feel. I don't know that I'd recommend this sort of travel to everyone, and I wouldn't take this approach on a trip with others, but for a solo trip and with my idea of fun, I really enjoyed it. I was amazed at how many people were off-boarding my train here in Hakodate. To me, these places seemed very remote, and in the United States, remote places are usually only accessible by driving, but here many people use public transit to move around. It's a completely different way to move through the world, and it made me think more about my place in the world as a part of a whole rather than simply as an individual.
So why did I come? Oh no, we're gonna have to run. They don't have a timer like they do in America, which would be useful, but you know, is what it is. Thank you. Imagine that they yield to pedestrians here, that's pretty cool. Anyway, you might be wondering, why the heck did you come all the way out here? Well, for one thing, there's a tram. That's pretty cool. For another, said tram takes you to a ropeway. Hopefully it's open, but even if it's not, I will have gotten to ride a tram, which is fun. Oh, it's going the direction I want. Oh, is it too late? It might not be. It might not be too late. It might not be too late. So unfortunately, I've looked on my phone and it says that this service resumes at 10 a.m. My Shinkansen is at 10:53, and I think that'd be cutting it too close. There it is. Goes up to the top there. I think that the map is right, and it's not going to be open until 10. which is making me wonder, how dangerously do I want to live, you know? do I want to stick around until right when it opens and then take my chances? Probably not, but man, I want to ride that tramway. That would look so cool. Well, there you have it. Very disappointing. Oh well. What can you do? So they are running it. Well, there's no passengers, but I feel like they could let me on. Maybe. Unlikely. Too bad. It's a beautiful view, my goodness. Hey there. It's winter, so somebody's helping the statues stay warm, which is very nice of them. Oh, look at this beautiful harbor. Gorgeous harbor. Mountains across the way. Amazing. I found a little frozen section. Oh, this is so much fun. Hope I don't fall. Ooh, slippery. Check that out. If you just kick it, like, you can break a little bit off like this. Yeah. I walked out to the end of the line because I had some free time. There's a siren just now. I hope it wasn't a tsunami warning. That would be not ideal. There's our tram coming. Very nice. There's the ropeway. Next time. Still a very nice time out here in Hakodate. Really, really beautiful place. Amazing scenery. And pretty solid transit too. And you're awfully close. Very close. That was a pleasant tram ride. Now we're gonna go back to the station. So go back to the Shinkansen station and then ride back to Aomori. Look at this little guy. Super interesting thing about Japan, the door sensors are much closer. Like in America, the door would be open by now, feet are here, but I have to step all the way to here for it to open. But I think that's a really good idea because then your doors don't open incessantly, and that's good. But look at this beautiful station. My goodness. There's so much happening. Bigger train, my train, really tiny train. There's a lot of tracks at this station, given that it feels very far away from most things. That's loud. That's the only diesel train I've seen this entire time. That's impressive. There we are. Door button again. Got the whole thing to myself. Ooh, there's a trash can. These are rare. Can't forget to close the door. Almost did, but I didn't. And this is a good time for a tour, I guess, because there's no one else here. But they have different color seats for the priority seats. Different colored handles too, which is fun. And all bench seating. You get the foam review right here. Very neat.
By this time, I had been going pretty much non-stop for 14 days, and I was very tired, so I simply enjoyed the scenery passing by the windows on the way to Shin-Hakodate Hokuto, and then enjoyed the scenery on the roughly 4-hour train ride back to Tokyo. I reflected on my time in Japan, and didn't really come to any profound conclusions or find myself or anything like that. But I did find a lot of calm in being in a place where I didn't really understand what was going on and where I only needed to understand the most basic things. Where I was traveling to, where I was going to sleep, what I was going to eat, and not much beyond that. If you scroll back on this channel, You'll find the videos I made in high school were mostly about big backpacking trips I did with my scout troop. Those were wonderful experiences, but this trip was far more relaxing and calming. I found that I like both types of trips at different times, and I think the ideal life would be one where I get to do both. The last train I rode in Japan was the Keisei Electric Railway Skyliner Express to Narita Airport. It was also the first train I rode when I arrived 2 weeks earlier, and it proved to be a pleasant bookend for my trip. While I was certainly happy to be home and to see our beautiful East Bay sunsets, the American vending machines just don't do it anymore.